Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. Today I'm working on my scavenger hunt journal. I am finally done. This is the last set of pages. So this will be the last video for Scavenger Hunt 2025. That's put on by Jana M. Young, and it's really fun to do. And I filled my book. I've got 2 years in that book, and yeah, I'll be doing a flip through. Like the next video that has Scavenger Hunt in the title will be the flip through. But yeah, I'm on pages 25 and 26. I think I end up with 29 pages for this year. And I'll just list off the prompts. The first one you can see is found relatives. That's a Barb Owens idea, I believe. She does paint blobs and then turns those blobs into faces, so they end up with interesting noses, ears, face shapes. I just kind of went basic. I've never really tried doing the found relatives I did before, so I kept it real simple. And I made these, they're kind of small. I mean, I don't know how large hers are really, but I was hoping to fit 6 on a page. I didn't really measure. I just hand drew some random rectangles to put my little portraits in. Yeah, and doing that. The other prompts for pages 25 and 26, because I kind of do them as a double spread, or that was the idea. They look like individual pages when they're done, but they are semi-related, and you'll see. So one was use a stencil, swatches, draw your cup, artist trading card, but I end up not doing that one because I ran out of room, so that'll go in the next one. And then quilt and found relatives. So I decided they needed ink outlines to just make them look better. Just, I guess, to make their forms stand out a little bit better, maybe. Is that a good way to put it? I just like the lines. Had a hard time doing eyeballs that small and getting them even using like a thicker white. I can't remember. I wasn't watching. What white pen did I use? I recently acquired the Zig White pen set, so it might have been one of those. Which there's a really fine tip one in there. I need to use them some more. I feel like they'll dry up if I don't use them. So, anyway. Yeah, they're a really fun pen set. If you watched my last video, you see my little semi sort of review on those. Anyway. Always looking for a good white pen. None of those are really pens, so they don't count, even though they say white pen set. There's a bullet tip and 2 brush tips. I feel like a pen is a roller ball or a felt fine tip. All right, so I was trying to figure out how I was going to fill in the background. So I started this one. I did this one with watercolor. And I just didn't really like the uneven blotchiness of it. And I am using lightweight sketch paper. It's not watercolor paper or anything. So it's a little smoother, so it's a lot more noticeable. On the second one, I went with Prismacolor colored pencils. Hoping that would be a little bit smoother. I don't really like the texture of the colored pencil. And I don't know, I think there's a way of smoothing it. I have some Gamsol. I'm like, I don't know if that would work, but I went ahead and, you don't see me, but I took a Q-tip and some Gamsol and rubbed it on there and created that, smoothed it out just a little bit more. And I can't remember, I think I used alcohol markers on the rest of the backgrounds. They look a little bit better, a little bit more smooth. And I decided since the blocks were uneven, I would just put wiggly lines around them to make them look purposeful. I mean, it was on purpose, but it was just on purpose laziness. Can laziness be on purpose? All right, so here's the use a stencil. This is the same stencil that I used to create all the pages in this book. I did a long haul with it. And the stencil, a set of stencils was given to me by a viewer. So appreciative. It was so nice of her. I love the stencils. And I've used this one a lot. And this book, it's everywhere. But thank you. I think it's Kathy. You know who you are. Thank you again for the stencils. And I'm just doing white. Keeping it kind of subtle. We'll put the pictures on there like a photo album when it's dry. So one of the other prompts was draw your cup. So when I did this, I think I had hot chocolate that day. So I decided to do a mug. Last year there was a draw your cup and I did a teacup. But I decided to go for the mug this time. I'm just using colored pencil and dipping a Q-tip in the Gamsol. It slightly blends it. I don't know why I have Gamsol. What's it good for? Is it for watercolors? I feel like that might be what it's for. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm sure one of you might know what that's actually used for. I don't remember why or how I acquired it. It could have been on clearance. I could have heard somebody use it and saw it and said, hey, I'll grab that, but I don't know. The blue on the inside of the cup is the inside color, not what I'm drinking. So I decided my cup needed some snark. So I put some family members, some family trees bear an enormous crop of nuts. And one of the other prompts was swatches. So I did a color swatch. This is a Derwent urban sketching kit that I did swatches of. And another prompt was quilt. I'm on the last few pages. I did not want to get involved with fabric. So I just went around and put stitch marks around my swatches to make it look like a quilt. And hopefully that counts. Actually, Janet M. Young is the one that started the scavenger hunt thing. And she has the prompts on her YouTube page under her posts. And she says pretty much anything counts. So I'm going with that. So I'm just grabbing some glue to glue that down. And that will sort of be the trivet that my mug is sitting on. Oh, and I add a little steam rising up. And I outline it because I can't help it. So I was at Joann's for their clearance. They're maybe clearance. And these were on sale, so I picked them up. I've never used the distress crayons, so I thought I'd give them a try here. They don't work like any of my other stuff. I don't know how I'm supposed to use these things. You know, my gel crayons and stuff, they blend out with my finger. I can rub them and they blend. These ones don't blend quite as easily. I just use it to intensify the background, make my mug stand out. Now I'm pulling out my Zig white pen set. That's one of the brush pens, and just enhanced my smoke a little bit. And I've got an add a bird to my page, so these birds are called nuthatches. That's the reason I used them. They don't stand out very well, but I wanted to use them because they are nuthatches, and the quote on the mug refers to nuts. So that is my entire reasoning behind that. This time I'm using an alcohol marker to shade around the birds, and I do a little extra around the mug as well. All right, so now back to the found relatives. We've got to put those on. I got doing that, and after I glued them on, I was like, oh, I could have spaced those better and put their names on there. I mean, I do put their names on there, but I would have had better spacing if I'd have thought ahead of time. But sometimes most of the time, I don't think ahead of time. I just go with the flow. I like that glitter glue because it sets quickly. So I'm not having to sit there and wait. And my book is so thick, I'm having a hard time keeping it level to work on. I've got stuff propped up underneath the right side to lift it up so it sits level. It's very full. Oh, and I guess I don't video film me gluing the titles onto these, but I named them. There's Melissa, she's a philanthropist, and Cousin Carl, he's a paint watcher. Josephine, she's an online dating ghostwriter. Cousin Sid, he's a stuntman. Cousin Sally, second cousin Sally, apparently she's unemployed. And then Daphne, she's a pet food tester, and she's where I put the bird. I put it in her hair since she was the pet food tester. I actually Googled weird jobs and found that on the internet. Those different jobs. Except for the entrepreneur, you know, and the stuntman. All right, so this one is page... Which one is this one? It ends up being page 29, I guess. Like I said, these ones are kind of jumbled up because they're like done in weird order. So, yeah, I'm calling this one page 29. You'll see 27 and 28 in a minute. But I actually do this one first because one of the prompts is cut a hole in it. So I want to make sure I put the hole on the right page and looks good on both sides. So the prompts for 29 was tissue paper. So this is some Tim Holtz tissue paper, and it's covered in birds, so I figured I didn't have to worry if I used the bird-covered tissue paper. And then another one of the prompts is something cold and a wanted poster. Oh, and I had moved ATC card to this one, but it gets bumped again because it just didn't relate. So, yeah, the ATC card will get in here eventually. So I made sure everywhere was covered with the tissue paper. It's a very busy, busy page. It's busy tissue paper. And I do just go over some of that with the glue stick. I've seen people do that, so I decided it was okay to do that. I probably didn't wait for it to dry enough. Because so I make my circle, I add glue stick, I put washi down. I'm trying to reinforce the hole, right? So I put washi around it. And then I probably didn't wait for it to dry enough because it does not punch through. Of course, we've got paper, tissue on one side, washi on the other. And not necessarily 100% dry, so that could be an issue. Oh, I haven't asked, how is everyone today? I hope you're doing well. It was a good day today. Yesterday I had to start watering the lawn again. That was such a chore. We're trying to fix our sprinkler system, but it has some issues. So it's manual watering for a while. Oh, and I put a card down there because I wanted something firm so we could punch this thing. And yeah, it's not going through. I don't know if it was too thick, but I end up cutting it with scissors. There's always a way, right? To put a hole in something. Sorry, I was slightly off screen there. But I just finished cutting the hole out. And then there's my wanted poster. I actually had a wanted poster from a cruise from a long time ago. Can't remember what year. Does it have the year on there? And then something cold. So I just put some glittery snowflake stickers. No, there's no year on that poster. But I decided to add a quote, and it says, "With every falling flake," as in snowflake, "a unique spark of interest falls from heaven." I outlined it with white, hoping it would show up a little bit better, but that is like the busiest page, I think, in this whole book. And it goes right across from my busy neurographic page. Oh, I decided to darken the edges around my circle. And there we have it. And yep, that's me. All right, so the next pages, which is 27 and 28, I think we're doing 27 first. Something given to you. So that piece of paper, that glittery sort of paper, was given to me in a scrap swap, which was fun. Oh, and the other prompt was through or view out a window. So that's a view out of a sort of a window. I liked it. It's an archway, but I really liked it. So we're adding that, and we're adding the glittery paper. And then the other prompts were gel print, a whole book's gel print, so that's done by default. And then flower. And so I just drew this Indian paintbrush flower and cut it out. Well, I drew it onto gel print paper, painty paper. And I used the side that had interesting colors, and then I just added more colored pencil to it. Like, it had the right colors. So, and then I just added a little green in colored pencil. And of course, I have to add my quote, and it's, "If we could see the miracle of a single flower, clearly our whole life would change." And that's Buddha. And still no trading card. Now I'm on to the very last page. And yeah, so I think the only prompt I had left that I hadn't used was ATC card and fancy lettering. And by this time I was done with it, right? So I have an ATC card that was given to me, and it's a girl on a fish that's on wheels. And so because of the fish, I just decided to create this wave, and I thought I could make it a pocket, and I didn't give it any depth, so it's not going to make a pocket. So I pull out some blue cardstock and add some of the blue cardstock. So I measure it, and then I cut it in the wrong spot. I don't know. So it's not quite as wide as as the page, but hey, we'll make it work. So I glue this on, and then I still trim it shorter than I should have. It's okay. It'll tuck. It's not a pocket, it's a tuck spot. Because I only gave it, like, is that even a half an inch? You could tell I was done. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to move on to something different. Well, and at this time, I'm still working on my 100 days project. As of this voiceover, I'm still working on my 100 days project. Am I caught up? I think so. Not video-wise, but actually doing the pages-wise, I'm caught up. So there I've added a little extra support to my wave, and just use a blue Sharpie to hide its shortcomings. I decide that this is the sun, a bright sun. It's a bright sunny day. Somebody's surfing a wave. Just making this one real simple. And my fancy lettering, okay, it's not that fancy. I'm like, okay, the R is fancy-ish, and that's it. The quote I used is, "Ride the waves of life with a dolphin's grace." And of course, once I do that, I outline it in black. Because it needs to stand out. And I do a second layer just to make everything brighter. And so glad to have this one done. Did you enjoy it? Or did any of you guys try doing the scavenger hunt this year? Let me know. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you, 22 Club. If you don't know what that is, it's people that last 22 minutes watching my videos. But thank you for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. See, it's the ATC still works inside there. And it's all done. Anyways, leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have an awesome day.